Hi, my name is Drew and I'm a senior developer with Hero Technical Solutions. Here's our multi-part video series going over Zoho Analytics 101. In this video, we're going to go over dashboard creation. So go back into our workspace that we've been working in and the reports that we've already created. We're going to go to our plus and at the very bottom, the dashboard. And it's going to give us some steps here. I'm going to skip these because I'm going to go over them. So our business reason why we're going to create this dashboard is our leadership team wanted a single view that combines key lead metrics like total leads, conversion rate, and leads by source so they can monitor overall performance and quickly spot trends during weekly sales meetings. So we're going to build a dashboard for them. So first, what we're going to do is we're going to bring in the reports that we've already created. So luckily, we don't have a whole lot of information here. Typically, you'd probably have to search them, but we can see them right here at the bottom. So we're going to go leads by source. We created that. Leads by state and source. And then we're going to bring in our leads list as well. And any of these, if you just grab the side, you can drag them as well, but we'll leave them at this size. And as we bring these in, you can see that we've got some user filters up top. These are the user filters that are on these reports. So leads by source had lead status, and created time was on leads by state and source. And we can bring in different user filters as well, but we'll go over that in a moment. But because before we want to start editing our user filters, we want to make sure everything is in the report that we need. So they did ask for a few more things in our business reason, and we want to bring in some KPI widgets. So if we go into our little widget drop down here, we can add these KPI widgets. So we're just going to do the default widget for now. So I'm going to drag these in. We'll have one here, and this one is going to be our total leads. So the data column, all we need to do is go to leads, ID, and we're going to sum. We're going to count actually, we're not going to sum. So now we have our lead count here. And we can group by different things, which isn't super helpful at the moment. But if we go over to our filter, here's where we would add a filter to this. And then if we go over to our settings, we can change some styling. And because we don't like ID count, that's not a very solid value, a very solid label. If we go into our values here, we can change that. So we can use that field, that's how it's currently doing. But instead, we're just going to name it total leads. I'm just going to copy and paste this over here. Now we can see we have our total leads based over all time. But we do have a user filter up here that we'll connect it in with later. Next, we've got leads this month. So same thing, we'll just bring over this widget as well. And now we're going to do pretty much the same thing. The data column, we're going to add leads, we're going to have a count of leads. We're going to add a filter this time. So we want leads this month, so we're going to have to do it by created time. Leads that were created this month. So as I showed in the other video, I'll show again here. When we bring this in, we have actual. If we go to month, we can select this month, but that's not super helpful because once we get to November or December, it'll still be set to October. So instead, if we have this drop down, we'll just go over to relative, and now we've got way more options here as well. And we always want it to be this month. So if we go over to month, we have an option for this month. And again, it defaults to include. If we, for whatever reason, wanted to exclude that, we could do that as well. But we'll leave that to include items. And then once more, we'll go over to the settings and we're going to change this label again because ID count isn't helpful for our leadership. So we change this and we're good to go again. And then we're just going to close out. So now we've got our two. They're both the same because the leads this month, everything was created this month because we've got our sample page here. And then last thing we're going to do is conversion rate. So what's really nice is if we bring over one more of these, I'll just throw in the middle. In our data columns here, if we just look up conversion rate, there's some under deals as well, but we have different options here. Leads comes with, even though it's not on our actual lead record in CRM, it comes with some nice extra fields and things already calculated for us. So we can go to conversion right here. We'll use this conversion rate actual um, here. And now we can actually see our conversion rate. And again, we have sample data here. So this is going to be at 0, but I will convert a lead and we can see this go up once that data syncs. So we have this. Let's go over to our settings and our values. This one is good. We're going to leave. We want our conversion rate here. Maybe we want to add lead conversion. And then that's awesome. Now we have all of our values in. So while we're working on this, I'm going to go over and I'm going to convert one of these leads. So Christopher is going to get converted. Awesome. Go back to leads. Christopher's gone, and we have that. And then while we're working on this, we're going to go over and sync our data sources. So I'm going to sync now, and it's going to be sync in progress again. So if we go back to our dashboard, now we're going to take a look at our filters. And we can see our user filters up top here. So by default, these filters will automatically be connected to the report it came from, but it will also try and connect to the other reports. So if we go to our view mode, we change our lead status, it was only connected to leads by source, we can see all of our other reports changed as well. And if we went to attempt to connect, same thing. But sometimes it doesn't connect it up very well. Sometimes it doesn't match the information, the drop down field. So what we're going to do in that case is we are going to click these three drop down options. And we're looking at lead status, so we won't do it to this one. We'll take a look over here. So we go to options. There's a few different things we can change, but if we go to apply dashboard filters, that's where these filters will be useful to us. So if we go to customize and we can choose which filter applies. So if we don't want lead status to apply to this one, we can just deselect it. Or we can make a change. We can click column to apply filter and we can go through and connect up to a different field if we wanted. Not that it would make a whole lot of sense, but we could put it to email or company. We'll leave it here for now and we'll leave COVID time connected as well. We will disconnect it just so we can see the effect. So if we change lead status here, it no longer affects this report. Now we'll go back to the edit tab, and for user filters, uh, we can add more user filters as well. So if we click this add user filters button, it knows that we're pulling from the leads table, so we can pull some more fields from the leads table if we want. So if we wanted a drop down of our companies, we can do that as well. If we go over to our view mode, and if we had a lot of leads coming from Grayson, we could click this and we could only look at our Grayson leads now as well. Great, we're just about done our dashboard. So if we come up to our dashboard, we have to make sure we name it. This one's going to be named the lead overview dashboard. And we're going to save it as well in the exact same spot, which is great. Let's reset these, make sure everything looks good. Fantastic. Now we're pretty much set up. But now we want people to see these reports and these dashboards. So if we go to share in the top corner here, we can share this entire dashboard. And we have a few different options to do so. So from the share, if we just go to this URL permalink, it'll open up this little page, and then we can copy this. We could change the settings as well. And if we open a new page and we can take a look, it brings us directly to this page, and we don't have all of the analytics inner workings on the side as well. So if you wanted to just send this directly to your leadership, who this dashboard was created for, you could do it this way. You also have some different options as well. Let me close that out. So you could get an embed link if you wanted to embed this in your website or embed this somewhere where they go through a lot. And I also wanted to show that we have an email option as well. So we can email this out and schedule this so it emails people as consistently as we would like. So we can set it as HTML. We can do as a layout as a dashboard, and each report in a new page PDF. So if we click as HTML, we're on a demo account, so our domains are not verified, but you could also send it out from this. So our from user won't work, but we'll leave it as this. Actually, we'll switch it to the default Zoho Analytics. And then two, we can send this to anybody we'd like. So if we wanted to, for example, send this to Len Cameraman, my boss at Hero Technical Solutions, we can put his email into the to option here, and we can send it to him. Or we could pick users / groups we've created directly using this button as well. We can see separate people, and it gives us some default values here as well. And if we want to send it as an attachment, as an inline message, once we get this all set up the way we like, we can also schedule the email. So we can send it daily if we wanted. We can send it however often we would like. We also have some more advanced options here that I'll let you explore on your own. And then you would just click Save Email Schedule. But what I will show you is if we go back to Share and then we grab this permalink once more. I grab the copy, and I'm going to show you how to put this into CRM. So in CRM, we have something called Web Tabs, which essentially is just you're creating almost another module, except when they click on it, you'll see whatever link that you've set up. So if we go to our setup over here in our modules and fields, we have web tabs along the top. So here, if we add a new web tab and we want it to be a link, and we've already have our link, and then our name is going to be this lead overview dashboard that I'm just going to copy and paste so I don't misspell, which I did. And we've got it set to our link. And right now we just want to have it to administrator because we want to make sure and test before we show it to everybody. And then our CRM team space. And now if we open this web tab, we have to see our lead overview dashboard, and we have it directly in CRM. And we can also do this with each report as well. So if I was going to open up my reports and go to the reports that we've created down here at the bottom, if we want to do this by leads by source, we would do it the exact same way under share, URL embed, and copy this and create a new web tab. And as you saw here, you can also set up email schedules and get the embed link as well. Awesome. That covers most of our Analytics 101 course. Thanks.